In this lesson, we're going to use proportions to help us solve percent problems. So as discussed in class, we are going to set up a proportion by putting two equal ratios, cross-multiplying, and then solving the equation. So we have to make sure our proportion is set up correctly. If we're saying 24 is what percent of 32? We're going to start with the percent. In this case, in this problem, we don't know what the percent is, so that's our unknown, that's our variable. Percent we know means out of 100, so n to 100 equals. Then we have to find what the total of the group that we're finding the percentage of is. When we look at what percent of 32, 32 is our total. Number behind the of is our total. That's going to go here at the bottom, opposite of the 100, which is the total of a percent. 24 is the other term. So we want to know 24 is what percent of 32. Then we cross multiply. N times 32 is 32n. 24 times 100 is 2400. Then to solve this equation, we have to divide both sides by 32. So we can find out the value of n. So this is where we have to do our division and go ahead and divide 32 into 2400. So n equals 75. So that's the solution to this problem. To do one like number 12, what percent of 600 is 84? We have to know where to plug everything in once again. The what percent is our unknown. Percent is out of 100. What percent of 600? That means 600 is our total, is 84. That's the other term of that ratio. So n to 100 equals 84 to 600. So we cross multiply. We multiply n times 600, which is 600n. And we multiply 84 times 100, which is 8400. Then we divide both sides by 600 to solve the equation. So to divide 8400 by 600, we can cross those zeros out to give us a little head start there, because those would cancel each other out, and divide 6 into 84. So the missing percent would be 16. So 16% of 600 is 84. Now we can use the same thinking and the same setup to solve other percent problems looking for other pieces of information. In the previous problems, we were looking for the percent. It asked us what percent. In this problem, we know the percent, it's 4%. We're being asked to solve for a different term this time. So 4% means 4 out of 100, just like we learned when we changed percents into fractions. 4% of 350, so 350 is our total. And then we're solving, the other term would be the variable because that's the unknown, the what. So now we cross multiply. N times 100 is 100n. Then we multiply 4 times 350. So we divide both sides by 100. That cancels, and here we go, we have these zeros that can cancel out. 14 divided by 1 is 14. So in this case, n equals 14. So and if we put 14 back in, 14 is 4% of 350. On 16, what number is 62% of 50? We have the percent given to us, so we'll start with the percent as we've been doing on all the others. 62% is 62 to 100. 62% of 50, so 50 is our total. Remember, whatever we're finding the percentage of, that's the total. And the what number is the unknown, that's our variable. So now we cross multiply. N times 100 is 100N. 62 times 50 is 3,100. And we divide both sides by 100. Cancel. Here, you can cancel out those zeros again. 31 divided by 1 is 31. Now, another type of problem is when we're missing the other part of the question. This time we have the percent again, 72%. And when we look at the 72% of what to find the total, that's our variable this time. This time the total is the variable, it's the unknown. And we know 36 is the other term. So 72% of what number is 36? So we cross multiply, 72 times n is 72n, and then we cross multiply 36 times 100 is 3600. And then we divide both sides by 72. So when we cancel that, we're going to find what n equals by dividing 72 into 360. Into 3,600. But we do have to start by dividing 72 into 360, which goes 5 times. So n equals 50. If we look at the word problem, a sweater is on sale for $33. That's probably some information we'll need. This is 75% of the original price. Find the original price. So the original price, since that's what we're being asked to find, if we have to find the original price, that's our unknown, that's our variable. So now we know that 33 is 75% of the original price, because the word this refers back to the price of the sweater. If we think about it another way, if you go back and find what the problem is asking you to solve for, you're trying to find the original price. So when you look back into your problem to find out what you know about the original price, you see it's here of the original price. That's your variable, that's your unknown. When it says this is 75% of the original price, which you know kind of your English is coming back to you, what you've been learning about grammar. What does this refer back to? This refers back to the cost of the sweater, which is $33. So we can rephrase this into one of the statements similar to what we've been used to. $33 is, so this becomes the $33, is 75% of the original price. Kind of shorten it there. Take out only the information we need. We have the percent, 75, so that's 75 to 100. The of original price we said was our variable, that's our total. 33 is that sale price, that's going to go there. So then we cross multiply. 75n equals 3,300. Divide by 75, divide by 75, and we'll have to get our value of n. We'll divide 75 into 3,300. So we can find that the original cost of the sweater was $44.